Hi there boys and girls, Brucey here, and guess what? My PRS got its first ding. I don't know if you can see that there, it's just in the binding. Not terrible, but it's certainly there and you can certainly feel it, and it's the more you rub it, the more it feels like it's going to make it worse, and it's just going to split that wood off. There you go, an important lesson to us all. Never just rest your guitar, just rest it and then knock it over, you know, that kind of sensible thing. Always put it in a stand or somewhere safe when you finish playing with it. I just rested it up against an amp and then of course turned round, knocked it over, it went down on the floor, hit the floor, took that little chunk out. And where I got really lucky was that I actually managed to knock a whole bunch of other stuff over at the same time. As the guitar was falling that way towards the floor, I reached out to try and grab it. As I tried to grab it, I knocked over a whole bunch of books and hard drives and my camera, which kind of just fell and scattered around the guitar. Luckily, I managed to kind of knock the camera as it was descending very rapidly towards the neck. So I think if the camera had hit this, it would have been a very, very sad day. Not that this is a sad day, but it is a very sad day. It's got its first ding. But what I have noticed is that with other guitars, he says resting that in an equally unreliable place, is with this guitar, which again, I absolutely love this guitar. I love the finish on this guitar. I had this guitar for a number of years. I treated it with kid gloves, you know, literally loved it and never really gigged it, never really did anything on it because I just didn't want to ding it. And then one day a similar thing happened. I actually knocked it over and it went floorwards. And as you can see here, it got a bit of a ding. Hopefully you can see that. Can you see that? There, it's just there. Quite a big ding really. Lost some of the paintwork. But what happened then was I started using it. I started using it more. I started gigging with it. And you know what? Since then, never had another ding in it. So there you go. Maybe you should just use things. And once they get their first ding, they're kind of christened. And maybe you don't treat them with kid gloves to the point where if anything happens, you get really, really upset. You have to accept that all things are going to have scrapes. Now, of course, you know, I buy guitars to play guitars rather than to just look at them. If I was just looking at it, I'd put it in a case and it would sit there and it would stay pristine, but that's not the thing. These things are meant to be played. They have a voice and their voice is meant to be heard. Anyway, what's your take on dings? Have you dinged your favorite guitar? How did it happen? Another little anecdote, my main gig guitar, which is my Fender Strat, hundreds if not thousands of gigs and rehearsals, throw it around. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a belt marking on the back, but it's not, and one ding, which is where I dropped a pedal on it. But aside from that, it looks nothing like Stevie Ray Vaughan's guitar. I've done hours and hours, so it just goes to show that the paint that was used, you know, is pretty much indestructible. I might do a little video on that. Anyway, sad times. Please tell me about your dings and your approach to dings and how it makes you feel. I've been Brucey. Thanks for watching my channel. If you like these videos, please do subscribe and I will catch you later. I'm off to cry.